What you're looking at is footage taken from within Area 51. Over the years, the US government has remained notoriously silent in regards to any mention of the top-secret military base located deep within the Nevada desert. This lack of information surrounding Area 51 has led to countless conspiracy theories attempting to piece together just what the government is up to at the base. But over the last several years, a veritable treasure trove of documents, images, and more have been declassified. And while this information dates back to Area 51's earliest programs, it can help us answer the big question: what exactly is going on at Area 51 today? While it was an active military airfield as early as World War II, Area 51 was established as a top-secret military base for Project Aquatone, the development of the U-2 spy plane in the 1950s. Check out the link above for more information on that program. The seclusion and superb smoothness of Groom Dry Lake, just 83 miles from Las Vegas, made it a perfect location for the government to develop and test top-secret military aircraft. Amenities were extremely minimal during the development of the U-2. Just a movie theater, volleyball court, and a small water reservoir were made available to the workers at Area 51. Living and working at the base was so unappealing, in fact, that it was given a deceptive and now notorious nickname to help recruit personnel: Paradise Ranch. The workforce was made up of both civilian and military personnel. They commuted to the base in a myriad of different ways, ranging from stowing away with food shipments to commercial transports. One such transport, carrying 14 CIA and civilian personnel, crashed on Mount Charleston in 1955 on its way to Area 51. All 14 on board died in the crash, the details of which remain classified, even to family members, for 40 years. The next major program at Area 51 was Project Oxcart, the codename assigned to a stealthier and faster successor to the U-2. After receiving several proposals from aircraft manufacturers for the project, Lockheed won the contract with their design for the A-12, which would be the fastest and highest flying aircraft ever built at the time. Development and construction of the A-12 itself took place at Lockheed Skunk Works, a division of the company based in California that focuses on top-secret military projects. Once completed at Skunk Works, the first prototype was dismantled for shipping, boxed up, and trucked all the way from Burbank to Groom Lake in 1962. This was an enormous operation that relied on many local police forces along the route to pull off. Testing began in April of 1962, with a major focus on the A-12's radar cross-section. The aircraft would spend lots of time inverted on a pylon for this testing, dozens of feet above the ground. This created a problem, though. The US knew that Soviet reconnaissance satellites were taking photos of the Groom Lake facility, and they couldn't risk a photo of the A-12 getting into Soviet hands. The solution was simple: take the plane down off the pole and store it in a hangar when the satellite was overhead. This happened every several minutes. They would hoist the aircraft high up on a pylon, test the radar cross-section for a few precious minutes, take the aircraft down, stow it under cover, and so on. But it quickly became clear that there was a problem with this plan: the plane's shadow. The surrounding ground would be hotter than where the aircraft's shadow lay during the tests, leading the Soviets to construct a very accurate silhouette of the A-12. To combat this, the Americans came up with a simple solution: create many decoy silhouettes, which were placed out on the runway to confuse the Soviets. This plan worked, and it led Soviet intelligence away from the A-12. The A-12 would go on to serve in some surveillance missions as designed, but perhaps its greatest lasting value was the origin of its brother, the SR-71. The SR-71 began reconnaissance missions in 1966 and stayed in service for more than 30 years. Since the development of the A-12 and SR-71, details surrounding operations at Area 51 have become more mysterious as time has gone on. We know a few things for certain. It hosted the development of the F-117 and the F-35, as well as the evaluation of foreign aircraft, secured by the United States through various dark operations. We also know that since the days of Oxcart, the base has grown in size considerably. But what goes on at the base today? We really don't know for sure, but we can pinpoint a few projects with relative certainty. In 2017, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Schultz crashed a classified aircraft near Area 51. When probed, the government would not release any significant information about the incident. Several sources seem to indicate, though, that Schultz was in fact piloting a Russian fighter jet at the time of his death, shedding light on the fact that Area 51 might still be the host of foreign technology evaluation. It's also confirmed with certainty that Area 51 still hosts the testing and development of top-secret aircraft. We know, unofficially, that a stealth helicopter was tested at Area 51 in or before 2011. The public got a glimpse of this helicopter after it was crashed and then photographed during the mission to capture Osama bin Laden. We currently know of at least 2 major top-secret aircraft currently in development as well, the successor to the B-2 bomber and the likely successor to the F-117 stealth fighter. Almost nothing is known about the fighter, but aircraft manufacturer Northrop Grumman was awarded a contract in 2015 to develop and build the B-2 successor, now named the B-21 Raider. This aircraft is planned to enter service in 2025. These are a couple of the projects that we know are in active development. There are certainly many more that remain in the dark. One such alleged project was exposed in 2014, when a reputable photographer snapped these images over Amarillo, Texas. They show a triangular aircraft, not dissimilar from the B-21, except these images were taken a year before the development contract for that project was even awarded. So what could this mystery plane be? While there is no shortage of theories, we know one thing for certain. As long as there is a need to develop top-secret, super-advanced aircraft in the United States, Area 51 will remain in the shadows, playing host to thousands of personnel working on a daily basis to develop and test those technologies. But we may never know for certain what happens at Paradise Ranch. It seems that, for now, Area 51's mysteries will long be kept firmly under wraps.